Dear students, welcome back to computer science class. In the last class we discussed the for loops. Okay, so today we will discuss the nested for loop. So the single for loop and nested for loop, the difference is if you are writing for inside the another for loop means that is nothing but the nested for loop. The syntax for nested for loop is for I is equal to, or you can write the syntax initialization condition increment or decrement. In the same way, so you can write the another for loop initialization condition increment or decrement. So this is the nested for loop. Okay, see here, first for loop is, you know already the syntax of for loop. First step is initialization means assigning some value to the particular variable. Next it will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will execute the statements. But here instead of writing the statements, again we have to write the for loop. Once the condition is true, this for loop will execute unless and until the condition becomes false. After executing the inner for loop, automatically either the value will be incremented or decremented. Okay, so the main purpose of defining the nested for loop means we have to print the values in table format. So table means it consists of rows and columns. Suppose if you are using the single for loop means either we have to print the values in row wise or column wise. If you want to print values both rows and column means we have to use the double for loop, that is nested for loop, for inside the for loop. Okay, example, write a program to print the following pattern: 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the pattern. In the first line it will print only 1. In the second line 1 2 is there, third line 1 2 3 is there, fourth line 1 2 3 4 is there, fifth line 1 2 3 4 5. So whatever we have to give the limit. Here the number of input is only 1. If I give the limit as a 6 means up to 6 line it will print. If I give the limit as 10 means up to 10 line it will print. Okay, hash include iostream.h. Next is void main int of n comma I comma j. Enter the n. C in n for I is equal to 1. So why I have to write I is equal to 1 means because the first line consists of 1. So that's why I start with the 1. I is less than or equal to n I plus plus. For j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I, j plus. So this is the program. See here, initially I is equal to 1, I can give the n value as 5. 1 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true, it will come to the inner for loop. Suppose the first line consists of 5 lines means, so directly I have to write j is less than or equal to 5. But the first line consists of only one value, second line consists of 2, third line consists of 3, fourth line consists of 4, like this. So that's why j is less than or equal to I, the present value of I is 1. So that's why this inner for loop will execute only one time. J is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 1, that is I is 1, condition is true. True means it will execute the statement. It will print the I is 1. Next, it will leave some space and loop will continue j plus plus. J become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 1, condition become false. False means it will come cout of endl, it will come to the next line. Again, first outer for loop will execute, I become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Again, this for loop starts with 1. Again starts with 1. 1 is less than or equal to I, the present value of I is 2. 1 is less than or equal to 2. Again condition is true. So cout of I means 1. Cout of j, you have to write cout of j. Cout of j value is 1. Next j become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 2. Again condition is true. J become 2. The present value of j is 2. Next, when the j value become 3 means this for loop become false and it will come to the next line. Next I become 3. Every time j starts with 1 only. When this condition is true, it will execute the statement. Instead of statements, I have to write the for loop. Every time it will start with j equal to 1 only. 1 is less than or equal to I, the present value of I is 3. Again condition is true. True means j value is 1, it will print 1. Next, when the j value become 2, it will print 2, 3. Like this, it will print the remaining lines. When the I value become 6, 6 is less than or equal to 5, the entire condition become false. It will come out of the loop and it will stop the program. Okay, so this is the pattern example. Okay. So another pattern is 1 1 time, 2 2 time, 3 3 time, 4 4 time, 5 5 time. The difference between previous pattern and the current pattern is the pattern as it is. Only the difference is printing value. In the previous pattern, first line it will print 1, in the next line 1 2. Here also 2 values are there, but not 1 2. 2 2 is there. Next 3 3, 4 4, 5 5. Okay, means don't change the for loop here, because if you want to change the pattern, so then only we have to concentrate on the for loops. Previous and the current, the pattern as it is, only change in the printing variable or printing value. It means that we have to change only cout, not the for loop. Okay, instead of printing j, so I have to print I. Okay, see here, I equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true. J equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 1, condition is true. I means it will print 1. Next, j plus plus, j become 2, 2 is less than or equal to I, false. It will come to the next line, I plus plus, I become 2. Again it will start with 1, 1 is less than or equal to I, the present value of I is 2. 1 is less than or equal to 2, again condition is true. Cout of I means it will print 2. If I print j means it will print 1, but here I have to mention I, that's why the present value of I is 2. It will execute 2 times, but it will print the same value because I is there. Okay, here I is there means every time I value will not change. When the I value change means when the for loop become false. When the inner for loop become false, then only I will be incremented, the value of I will be changed. Otherwise I is as it is. If inner for loop will execute 3 times means the I remains same only. Here the present value of I is 2. 1 is less than or equal to 2. I is 2 only. It will print 1 time I. Next j become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 2, again condition is true. C out of I means it will print 2 only. Next it become false, I become 3. Next inner for loop will execute 3 times. You have to print I. 3 times 3 will be printed. In the same way 4, in the same way 5. Suppose if I give the input value as a 6 means 6 times it will print the 6. Okay. Next is instead of printing the numbers, I have to print the pattern like this. Instead of printing the numbers, so the pattern is symbol, that is the star symbol. See here, in the first line only 1 star is there, second line 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. But the previous pattern is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Again the pattern is same. If the pattern is same means no need to change in the for loop. Only we have to change the printing value. In the first pattern we have to print the j value because 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 is there. But in the second pattern we have to change j to I because 1 1 time, 2 2 time, 3 3 time like this. But here symbol is there. If I print I means it will print some value. If I print j means again it will print some value. But here star is there means, so no need to use I, j. Okay. So just you can put double quote and you have to mention the star. Cout of star means it will print star only. So Cout is used to print the value or print the messages, whatever we have to use the text within the double quote as it is, it will be printed. As it is, it will be displayed on the monitor. Okay. Here double quote of star means every time it will print star. So after printing the star, it will leave some space. After when the condition become false, it will come to the next line. See here, I is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true. J is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to I means 1 only, it will print 1 star. Next j become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 1, false. I plus plus, I become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Again starts with 1, 1 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true, it will print 1 star. Next j plus plus, j become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 2, again condition is true, it will print another star. So like this it will print 5 lines. In the third line 3 stars, in the fourth line 4 stars, in the fifth line 5 stars. Okay. So the next pattern is, see here, five times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1 time. In the reverse order I have to print the values. If I give the input value as a 5 means first line it will print 5 times. Second line it will print the 4 times. Third line 3 times. Fourth line 2 times. Last line 1 time. In this case we have to change the for loop because the pattern is different. The previous pattern is in the first line it will print only one value. The present pattern is in the first line it will print 5 times. It means that we have to change the pattern. See here, I is equal to n because the first value is your entered limit value. That's why I can assign I is equal to n. I is greater than 0. Every time it will be decremented I minus minus. No need to change this one because whatever the I value is there, so that much time inner for loop will be executed. And you can change the printing value also. That is I. See here, I is equal to n, 5 is greater than 0. Condition is true. J equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to I value is 5. Here I have to print I. First it will print 5. Next J plus plus, J become 2, 2 is less than or equal to 5. True, true means I 5. If I write J means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it will print. Next time it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. But here the values are same. So that's why I can write I. Next J become 3, it will print 5. J become 4, again 5. J become 5, again 5. When the J becomes 6, the condition become false. Next I will be decremented, it become 4. When the I value become 4, this inner for loop will execute 4 times. When the I value become 3, this inner for loop will execute 3 times, 2 times, 1 time. Finally, when the I value becomes 0, 0 is greater than 0, false. Okay, so these are the examples on patterns. So these pattern examples are very, very important. Even for the examination also, so 1 or 2 times in the exams they have asked the pattern programs. Okay, in the next class we will discuss some more programs. Thank you.